Thursday, the 20th week in Ordinary Time. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus again, in reply, spoke to the chief priests and elders of the people in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. He dispatched his servants to summon the invited guests to the feast, but they refused to come. A second time he sent other servants, saying, 'Tell those invited, behold, I have prepared my banquet. My calves and fatted cattle are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the feast.' Some ignored the invitation and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest laid hold of his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged and sent his troops, destroyed those murderers, and burned their city. Then the king said to his servants, 'The feast is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy to come. Go out, therefore, into the main roads, and invite to the feast whomever you find.' The servants went out to the streets and gathered all they found, bad and good alike, and the hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he saw a man there not dressed in a wedding garment. He said to him, 'My friend, how is it that you came in here without a wedding garment?' But he was reduced to silence. Then the king said to the attendants, 'Bind his hands and feet and cast him into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Many are invited, but few are chosen.' The gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ." We see a king who throws a banquet, a king who is surrounded by abundance, food, and has invited all to take part in this feast. And they refuse to come. And he ultimately sends out his servants to gather the people in. They gather the good and the bad and alike. And as they do that, and as the king comes into the hall, he notices that one is not wearing a wedding garment. We say, well, wait a minute. Nobody came, and they went out and they invited all these people in. Why would he throw him out? I think as we look at what Jesus Christ does for us, he invites all to the banquet. He invites everyone to the banquet, brothers and sisters. But that invitation requires a response. We, like the people in the gospel, can either accept the invitation and come, or refuse to come. I'm too busy. I have to take care of this. I've got this business to attend to. I need to focus on this. In that invitation to the banquet, we are called to change and to become and to put on that wedding garment. No matter who we are, we're all called to some responsibility. It's not like we can just, oh yeah, I got the invitation and I'm going. Anytime we go to a wedding or we receive an invitation to go to some sort of party, there's an expectation that we will prepare ourselves for it. We don't just walk in from working in the garden to go into a fancy dinner or a wedding reception. We prepare ourselves. And so it is with Jesus Christ's invitation for us to join him at the wedding banquet, that we would prepare ourselves, that we would come open, that we would possess that desire to enter into the joy of that celebration. We do that, brothers and sisters, by leading lives that are united with Jesus Christ. Then we prepare ourselves to enter the wedding banquet. Many are invited, but few are chosen.